Yo, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning and good morning. It's your boy Q. Welcome to MTG Live. Now, hold on. I'm waiting for Mo. Waiting for Mo. You ready, Mo? Bam, everybody. There is Miss Mo Swag. Good morning, Miss Mo Swag. How you doing?
Good morning. How are you doing?
Oh my God, look like you just got up out of bed.
I just got up out the bed.
Mo, why you just don't get up at 9 o'clock and give yourself 30 minutes?
I just got up out the bed.
You had a hard week, Mo.
Woo! Ooh.
I'm having anxiety attacks right now
And why are you having anxiety attacks?
because I have to go back into the office to go to work starting
Oh,
Monday.
okay. So I've been back since August, so I don't have any sympathy towards you.
Well, that's okay, Mo. I don't expect you to have any empathy towards me, sympathy towards me. I don't
Sympathy
expect
at all. Empathy
none,
at all.
none,
None.
nothing.
Where's Reggie?
I don't know what Reggie is. Actually, I was. What is he doing? I'm seeing if this is him texting me right now. I don't know where he is, but I'm just checking, making sure y'all good and stuff like that. And why, guys, while you're taking a look, why don't you go ahead and follow us? Make sure you share this broadcast. I'm sharing it right now as we speak. Real quick before we get started, because our guest is waiting. Real quick, just want to let you know that viewer and listener discretion is advised. Do us a favor, this conversation, excuse me, is our opinions and for your entertainment only. Please do us a favor and be 18 years or older to watch this show, listen to this show, and participate in any conversations. Thank you so much to YouTube and Anchor FM, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple, and all that good stuff. If you guys missed the show, of course, go back and listen, and we will do the MTG Rewind on tonight. So you guys take a look at that and all that good stuff, and we'll definitely make sure that you get a chance to see or listen to us. And so I want to get that on out the way. I don't know what's going on.
Why can you not? Why can you not pronounce Spotify right?
I said Spotify. I didn't say it right. What you talking about?
No, you
I
didn't
didn't
say
say
it
it right.
right. You never do.
Oh, I mean, I'm Spotify. And so what happens is, everybody, if you guys are looking for us on Master Gas main page, go to our fan page, Master Gas Entertainment. We're broadcasting to that page, YouTube and Twitter. So go to Master Gas Entertainment, type that in, and you guys will pop up, or go to YouTube and we will pop up for you. That's what we're doing. We're moving from the main page over to the fan page because we get more views on the fan page. So go ahead and jump right on over, and you guys are seeing it. It should be there. Now, Ms. Montgomery says, I'm looking for it on Facebook and YouTube, and I can't find it, just showing a bunch of old stuff. Well, we are live, Ms. Montgomery, so I don't know what's going on with you. We live, and I'm looking at it on YouTube, and I don't understand what you're talking about. So anyway.
Did you push the right button, Q? Because I know Miss Montgomery knows what's going on. She's the number one fan.
Yes, I pushed the right button.
You probably didn't push the right button.
Of course I pushed the right button. I always push the right buttons. I do. I always push the right
Welcome
button.
everyone to Match the Gas.
Well, our special guest is waiting for us, Mom. I'm gonna go ahead and bring her in after I research and see what Miss Montgomery is talking about. Huh?
Let me go get my glasses. You know what you're doing.
Well, yeah, Miss Montgomery, we on YouTube. It's there. I'm looking at it. We on there right now. So without further ado, while Mo is getting whatever she's going to get, her glasses and stuff like that, I'm going to bring on our special guest. Now listen, our special guest this morning is a young lady that I have come to grow fond of. I'm going to let her introduce herself and all her good and accolades and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to let her do all of that. But while Mo is doing that, and I think Hendrix is on his way in, I'm going to bring her on in. Her name is Miss Sanaya Franklin. Everybody say what's up to Miss Sanaya Franklin. Yes, I'm going to give her some bells, and I'm going to give you a hand clap and all that kind of stuff. Good morning. How are you this morning?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you so much for coming to the show on today. I told you a while back that I was going to bring you on. But yeah, let's talk about it this morning. I want to go ahead and start, just get into it and all that good stuff. But before we do that, can you tell us a little bit about your Sanaya? Where are you from? all that good stuff. You can tell us who your mammy is if you want to, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Probably don't do it because she'll have a complete heart attack. Tell us a little bit about
Well, first off, thank you for having me on the show. My name is Naya, born and raised in Dallas, Texas. Recent graduate from Texas State University.
you.
Um,
Right.
and yeah, I don't know what more else I can tell you. Things are just now starting off for me, so I don't have too many accolades underneath my belt. But yeah,
Okay, okay. Well, I believe, well, there was a few things that you were involved in high school. Now, you graduated from DeSoto High School, correct?
correct.
Okay, so what did you do? What were you involved in DeSoto High School? Because I know it was a few things that you were involved in before you actually transferred to DeSoto, but it was some things that you were also involved in. What else did you do?
So before I went to DeSoto, I actually attended this school called Lassiter Early College High School. It was joined in or partnered with El Centro Community College in downtown Dallas.
Okay,
Um, but I transferred from there to DeSoto because I just kind of wanted that more of a high school feeling. Um, because of my parents, I am very active in school. So my dad was in a band in high school, and my mom was a cheerleader.
okay,
And that was something that I had grew up in, and I wanted to participate in high school. So I decided to make a move to transfer into the Soto Early College High School program. So I was still able to keep my college credits and be able to participate in extracurriculars in high school. So I was on DeSoto's varsity choir, a cappella choir, and then I was also a feature twirler for our majorette team at DeSoto. I was also on student council. What else did I do? I was also on our like DeSoto volunteering team. So whenever they wanted the students to go out and volunteer and represent the high school, I was on that team as well. Um, and I graduated with my associate's degree at the age 18. And
okay.
in 2018, I went to Texas State University, and just this past December, yeah, December 2020, I graduated with my bachelor's. So now
Right.
we're trying to work on to getting into someone's university for grad school.
Okay. Well, congratulations on your on recently graduating. So
Yeah.
that means when you came out of high school, you got a high school diploma, an
Mhm.
associate's degree. You
Mhm.
went to college for 2 years
Yes.
and got your bachelor's degree. So literally, you got two degrees in 3 years.
Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
wow, that's excellent. That's
Yes.
great. Mo, what did you do? Mo, you look like the Matrix. Old people, you looking like the Matrix, Mo. Can you hear me? Mo, what the hell?
I can hear you. I look like the I look like the matrix because I'm eating my grapes.
No, Mo, you looking like the Matrix, Mo, because you barely moving and you stuck. But anyway, let's move on with the show.
Ooh,
So, because Mo is obviously in her own little world. Maybe she can. Mo, switch to the phone. Why don't you switch to the phone, Mo? If you switch to the phone, I can see and hear you.
first of
You
all,
want to try?
can you hear me?
Yeah, but you robotic. Yeah. So let's go ahead and move on with the show. So
Anyway,
real quick again.
hello, Miss Franklin. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So let's move on with the show. So real quick, everybody, while hopefully Mo will get her shit together. let's just go ahead and go on with the show. I'm sorry, Sanaya. I'm trying not to cuss today, but Mo makes me cuss. You know, she makes me absolutely cuss on a constant
I can
basis.
hear you.
Now, I know you can hear me, but Mo, do you? Thank you everybody for listening. We appreciate you all countries out there listening to us, France, South Africa,
His sugar
wherever
low,
you
honey.
are.
His sugar low. That's all. That's why I'm eating my grapes, so my sugar won't be low, and I won't say nothing wrong.
Let's move on with the show. So, real quick, lately in the news, I'm sure some of you guys been checking it out in social media. I'm gonna put this up, pull the ad up real quick, which I think is kind of asinine at this
Ooh,
particular
that was
time
good.
that people
Sugar
will
not low no
actually
more.
uh Yeah, Mo. That people will actually do this, but here it is. So there's been something called, I guess, it's Smack Your Teacher on TikTok, and this is supposed to be going on right quick. And so, real quick, according to TwoFab.com, recently there was a disabled teacher hospitalized by an 18-year-old female student as police warn against Smack a Teacher Month. This is a young lady here. Look at her with a big head behind. She needs to do something with that half. But anyway, this is the young lady here, and of course, her teacher is 64 years old, and she ended up in a hospital after this 18-year-old student attacked her via was a part of some kind of TikTok challenge or whatever. To this took place in Covington High School in Louisiana. Real quick, they did not identify the actual teacher that was being assaulted, but here is the video that I'm going to play now. So I'm not going to see. I hope that you guys can see it, but I'm gonna go ahead and hit this video. I'm not gonna bring the sound with it, just the action. So take a look.
Hold it up. Little.
Now look at this.
Come on, come on, come on. Bitch, you better fucking not. I'm gonna start running.
Oh my God.
Hold it up.
So yeah. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah. So
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
Did
Miss
y'all see
Franklin.
that?
I didn't see the video.
Mo, you didn't, of course not, Mo. 'Cause
I saw it, but I didn't see it. Okay, so let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
No, let me tell you this. It's TikTok, right? It's TikTok slap a person. So my only comment, since I am in education, is that that should not be done.
I agree.
And my husband, who is also in education, said to his students, who would be the first one to attempt to do that to my wife? Every student in his class said, every student in his class said, ain't nobody that dumb at this school. I'm just saying.
As they should. As they should.
but who walks up
I'm
to a
just saying.
teacher? And now I remember Mo. Now when we were growing up, of course, that there were some times that you would get into certain confrontations with teachers. I wasn't gonna be the one to fight no teacher because of just kind of like you, Mo. My mama was not having that. You not putting your hands on no adult, number one. That's just
I'm not.
grounds. That's just not gonna do that because if you do it to them, then they gonna think that you trying to do it to me. That was her mindset, and so my mama cut that out really quickly. But my thing is now we I guess we're back in the day we'll call it peer pressure at one point in time to do something stupid because your friends is doing it. But is social media really influencing this? Does social media really have that kind of hold on children going to their schools with their handheld devices in their hands to slap an adult like that? Does social media add to that,
Preacher,
Mo?
be quiet. You're talking too long. It ain't got nothing
I'm
to do
just
with
asking.
social media. It's got everything to do with non-parenting parents.
I agree. But Mo, if their parents not parenting, Then their parents should let them be
non
on the TikTok.
non non parenting parents. That's it. No social media. No, somebody made me do it. No, oh my God, I we gave nice cars and he and people were jealous of him. That's why he bullied him. Non-parenting parents, and that's all.
Okay. So
Oh,
now
my
you got
son was
anything you want
bullied.
to add
That's
to
why he
that?
brought a gun to school. Non-parenting parents. Oh, we bought my son. He had nice cars, and that's why they were bullying him. Non-parenting parents, because the 2018 Charger is not a car. It's an okay car. It's a 2018. Hell, if you want to do something, do like my daddy did. He got me a car every 2 years in college and out of college. Do that. Have a bank account. Do that. Don't run around with your pants sagging and you got dreads that needed to be whipped up and a Hyundai hat. Don't do that. Do something with your life. Non-parenting parents. See, my sugar, my sugar, my sugar. I need some more grapes.
Okay. So
I probably
Mo,
need some little watermelon, the caviar black folk, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
Sanaya. So okay. Now you graduated
Non-parenting
high school
parents.
in
See, that
2019,
got my
right?
leg moving. I don't the video's moving because my leg moving because I'm hot.
No more. It's because you're old.
Yes.
I mean, everybody. There are like three generations of age between myself and Mo. I mean, I want y'all to know that. Okay, it's just obvious. Okay, but Sanaya, now you came out of high school in 2019. You
Mhm.
know, 2019 was a hard year for a lot of schools. Now I'm not gonna tell you to put the school on blast or nothing like that.
Mhm.
But when you guys were going to school, did you guys have like protocols and stuff in place just in case something like that happened? Like remember when we was in school, you got a tornado drill, you put your head down, and on the wall we had something like that. What was that like? Because we didn't have to do anything like
Um. Okay. So at this photo, we had very little protocols in place. Um. But there really wasn't any teacher student altercations going on. Um, we're very infamous for our student on student action, mainly in our hallways. Um, but the Southern really didn't have any sort of protocol on if something was to happen or to break out between a student and a teacher. We had security guards. Um, but the security guard was about, I'm gonna say, what, 5, 10 years, a little bit older than us. So even though they were grown, they weren't too grown. And so a lot of times you had where the security guards will become friends with the students, or they'll get in real good with the security guards, and um, so yeah, you catch where I'm going with that. It really wasn't structured. It really wasn't like any type of rules or protocols in place to prevent those things from happening. But like I said again, those things really wasn't taking place because the students weren't a bit worried about the teachers. They was more so worried about the person that was their age that they had a problem with. So
that's interesting that you say that because I mean it honestly shows you know um, that every school district has its issues, got their problems, and I just really, really, really wish that, we had a governor, I could say maybe a president who really actually wants to drill down on education. I checked on Mo earlier this week and Mo didn't even say nothing back to me. But when I saw what was on the news about the Mansfield school, I text Mo because Mo's in the school with these kids. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that anybody's not gonna do anything to it, but it bothers me, when my friends or people that I love, loved ones and stuff like that, go into the school, go to work to help our youth and our children. And you get to a place where it's like, dang man, I don't even know what could happen to anybody that I love when they walk into that classroom.
Right.
I heard Mansfield, the mayor of Arlington, I'm sorry, jumped on allegedly talking about that they were supposed to be having certain protocols in place to lock the door, secure yourself, that kind of deal, or whatever. But those protocols were not followed. There were a lot of things that were not followed, and I'm trying to get comfortable with the fact that it's gonna be after a while when you walk into the school, just like us, we had to get patted down and pushed up against the wall and stuff like that in Oak Cliff. But when you get out to the schools of a little bit more money and a little bit more whatever that the state gives them, you just let these babies walk in free. You don't even, and then you turn around and you want to create differences with kids. You want to pin them against each other with certain things like getting to know some of the adults at the school that's only a few years older than them. We know how that is too. And so it's just amazing. And I just really, really want to give first off, give like, some kudos to all of the educators out there that are teaching our children and watching our children. Our entire school administration that gives a damn. Excuse me,
Yeah.
Sanaya. That gives a damn. Because some of these teachers out here don't give them they don't give a rat's ass about if your kid learn or not. They just try to draw their check.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
And
I just
I would say that we did have one incident. Let me see. I vividly remember one. However, we had one incident, but it wasn't like a student trying to, get on the teacher, but it was a time where they thought there was a shooter in the school. Um, and at that point, nobody was prepared. They weren't prepared. I mean, I remember someone saying it on Instagram, and it was like going viral on Instagram that he was coming to like the schools in DeSoto and stuff like that. Um, and I remember just like yesterday, me and my sister, we was in my class, we was chopping it up, talking. We was gonna go to lunch. I mean, everybody was just acting like, oh well, he not really coming. Um, and in the middle of the hallway, all you see is like the Soto police and the security guard telling the students, hurry up, go back to class. No matter what classroom you go to, just go to a class, sit down, and be quiet. Um, and for a good hour or two, I was just sitting in the classroom that wasn't mine with a teacher that I did not have. I didn't even know the teacher at the time. We just sitting there on our phones looking. They told us to cut the lights off. They told us to sit on the floor, not in the desk, to be quiet, um, until they had further information. Um, and I just remember at that time, my daddy was calling me. He was like, "I'm on my way to come get you. I don't care what they say. They don't know what they're doing. I'm gonna come up there right now and come get you because they saying that whoever the shooter was at the time, he had already killed some students or shot at some students at another school." Um,
wow.
and so at that time, it was said that the shooter actually did made it into the building. Um, and so they had to release all the students out of the freshman side of the building. And if you ever seen the Soto, it's pretty big, but the freshman wing is pretty much on like the back side of the building. So I guess they had cornered him off in the front side of the building, and they had to release all the students on the back side. And after that, my daddy had came and got me and my sister, and we had left. So, and I didn't go back. I think for like a day or two, just because they just weren't. My mom and my dad weren't happy at the fact that not only did he announce that he was coming, but then he actually made it inside the building, and y'all still didn't know what to do, or y'all didn't take the necessary precautions beforehand. And things like that, I just feel like it's scary nonetheless for educators, because I do have educators in my family. It's also scary for the students because just like the incident that happened in Mansfield, you never know. You never know. And it seems as though like when they come in, they don't necessarily have a target. They're just trying to make a statement. So
Absolutely. Hey, listen, everybody. Hendrix is on real quick, but we're going to take a real quick break. We're going to give ourselves a reset. When we come back, we're going to be talking again back with Miss Anaya Franklin. Again, welcome to the show. The topic of the show I forgot to talk about is education
A
then
reset.
versus education now. Yeah, Mo, we're gonna give you a chance to get your shit together while you're over there matrixing and get your stuff together over there. And we'll be right back, everybody. So stay right there. Don't go nowhere.
You didn't push the button yet. You didn't push the button.
All right,
You didn't
everybody.
push the button.
I
Am
was
I the only one who can hear me talk? Am I the only one who can hear
No,
me speak?
I can hear you.
what's up, Hendrix? You all right, bro?
Hey man, yeah, I'll be alright. I was just kicking my butt. So
Mm.
now I woke up at like 4:30, and I was like, okay, I got time to doze off. And then I woke up like 10 minutes ago. I'm being honest with you. This weather change and my body are not agreeing with each other right now. But I'm
That's
here though. I'm
Reggie,
late.
that's
when you're up like that's okay. Reggie, when you're up like that, always Facebook me because I never go to sleep. I never sleep.
Your husband not gonna kill me.
Baby, he go to bed. Okay, so we watched a new TV show last night. We he downloaded because we're streaming. He downloaded a stream to whatever 3 episodes. He got through the first 30 minutes. He's like, I'm gonna have to lay it down. Woo.
Nah, I'm not
Anyway,
gonna do my brother like that. I'm sorry. I will just keep pushing. So
all
be all
right. Well, he's happy that y'all getting ready to have regular meetings now because he got somewhere to go on Tuesday nights. That's all I got to say.
right.
It's a shame when the man looking forward. He's like, oh, I can't wait. I said, ooh,
Yeah.
baby, y'all in them meetings. But Miss Franklin, your story is so inspiring, encouraging.
Oh, really?
Not
Thank
like
you.
Q's story of high school. Yes, Q's story of high school has to do with debauchery, honey. It didn't do with no debate. It has to do with foolishness. It didn't have to do with no functions in math, honey. But yours is
Mm,
is encouraging. It's very nice, very nice. It's nice to hear positiveness coming out instead of foolishness and something else that Q be talking about. Yes.
I
yeah.
try. I try.
Q's stuff in high school was about sex. Q stuff was about sexual and not social studies. He didn't know.
Actually, I did know the
He didn't
difference
know.
between sexual studies and social studies. Now, I may have to call Reggie for my math problems, but I can read. I can read real good.
Because
As
you
a matter of fact,
because
Mo. As a matter of fact,
because you in the band
I
hall having sexual
no
intercourse with the social
Mo.
studies
That
studies
band
book.
hall.
Ridiculous.
As Mo, as a
Ridiculous.
matter of fact, I am one
Ridiculous.
of I think about six of us in our high school that made a four on their top test. I am one of those. Now I don't know how the hell that happened, but I'm one of them. I got my little
Mm-hmm.
plaque. They gave me a plaque. I got it in that somewhere. All right, everybody. If you're watching, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you. YouTube, Twitter, thank you so much for everybody jumping on Magic Cats Entertainment. Yeah, come on over to the entertainment page. We're gonna start veering all of our lives to the entertainment page because we're finding that more of you watch us there. So come on over to the entertainment page. I'm gonna also be reposting this episode later on today on the main page. But come on over here to watch us live. We're on Twitter live right now. We're on YouTube live and Matchcast Entertainment live. All right, so again, our special guest today is none other than Miss Anaya Franklin. Miss Anaya Franklin is a recent graduate of Texas State College, and she's going to give a little bit more about herself in just a quick second. We're just really talking about today education then versus education now. What are the differences, if any? And so that's what we're going over on today. So y'all, real quick, just a
Now,
quick
Miss
update.
Franklin, I've got a question. Be
Mhm.
quiet. Cute.
You
So,
being
Miss Franklin,
rude,
you
rude.
you graduated from Texas State College, right?
Texas State University. Yes, ma'am.
So, why did you choose that school?
So 2018, there was a lot going on in my family at the time. Honestly and truly, um, I wanted to go to an HBCU and I wanted to go out of state. Something my parents instilled in me is if you got the chance to travel and venture out and try other things, do that. So I was like, I've been in Texas my whole life. I want to go. I want to get out. I want to go to another state. But then there was things taking place in my family that just really made my mama and my daddy say, no, sit down. Mm-mm. Um,
Yeah.
I was applying to Howard. My daddy was like, I'm going to rip up the acceptance letter. You're not going that far. I wanted to go to
Okay.
Atlanta. My mama was like, too far. I can't drive there too fast to get to you. If something was to happen, I need you closer to me. Um, and so at the time, all of the HBCUs in Texas, I would say, I was already pre-exposed to. I had the opportunity to go to some of their homecomings. My dad went to PD, so a homecoming at PD was nothing to me. Um, and it wasn't something like, oh yeah, I'm going to PD. That's the place to be. Nah, TSU. I was like, nah, I got cousins that go there. I'm used to that school. I really just wanted something for myself. Um, and so then that's when I started looking into the PWIs, and Texas State was one of them. At the time, it had everything that I wanted to like have offered to me.
Okay.
The diversity and inclusion was the biggest thing for me. That was something that they really was just like anybody and everybody has a voice here. Anybody and everybody can do anything here. Anybody and everybody can participate in anything here. Um, and then they offered me scholarship money, so I was like, "Let's go." That's enough there right there. So,
Amen. Amen.
so yeah.
Mm.
Y'all being nice to Sanaya while I'm gone.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
see Q. You missed it. Of course, you I'm sorry, you said something. No, you didn't. But see, I like that because I like the way you had choices. Even though you chose, you said Howard. It's a good choice, good choice. And but did you even think about North Carolina A&T State University?
I
Hell
did.
no.
I did.
That's where you can get your master's.
Yeah, and that actually was still an option
That's
for
right,
my
girl.
math.
That's where I'm from, girl. Oh, Greensboro.
That actually was an option for my master's, but then this pandemic broke out. And
Yes.
then it was the same thing again. We need you to stay home. We need you closer. We need you here. So,
Yeah.
I was
So
just
well,
weighing
yeah.
out the options.
Well, Howard or A&T still available, honey, for your master's degrees. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Then we could come visit and do a follow-up show. Me and
Yeah,
Hendrix. Yeah, me and Hendrix can because that one over there will probably be in social studies, sexuality, something. I don't know what he do.
Mo, would
But
you stop
me and Hendrix will come
it?
visit. Me and Hendrix will come visit because we like going to different campuses and comparing. We like having fun. We like going to college. Hendrix, we like going to college. How was big ticket last week?
Mm. Oh, it was pretty good. It was. I just have
Seems
to
like you
say
still
this.
there.
I
What?
No,
mean, huh.
no. I just have to remind myself that going to a PWI, it is different.
Mm-hmm.
We had about 50 or so undergrads register, but then we had a turnout of about 300.
Mm.
So it was interesting because most of them said, well, we didn't know about it. And
Mm-hmm.
then the ones that registered were not, they were upperclassmen that had attended before.
Okay.
And so just based on the location that we were set up, we had a lot of traffic. And, when you go to a PWI, the thing is, you see a group of black people, you
And you
stop
run
and
toward
think,
them.
yeah, you say, hey, what's going on? It's a bunch of us. Well, what's going on? Um,
Reggie,
and
you know
so,
y'all out there at country ass college station.
Once again, you saying nothing, Q. Go ahead, Reggie. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you know they don't
but
like us out there.
They don't
but
like
this,
you because you do sexuality instead of social studies. But the rest of us, they like. Go ahead, Hendrix. What else happened, honey?
the thing is that when you are at a PWI, especially as huge as A&M is, because you take the minority population, I think the undergrad count right now is right around 90,000
Mm,
undergrad, and it's less than 4%.
mm,
And so that's been a consistent statistic that A&M has had, where the minority population is less than 4%. They're
mm-hmm,
working on it. The Hispanic population has increased. However, as far as the black students,
mm-hmm,
it hasn't. And we had a conversation with some of the alum and some of the executives and stuff like that, and they were trying to figure out, well, you all come down here every year and have this event, and
mm-hmm,
it turns out great. Why is it that you think that we don't have the enrollment that we should?
mm-hmm.
And they didn't like my answer because I was blunt and direct. I was like, because y'all racist. This is a racist city. It's a racist school. You try and cover it up. But the fact is that your students that are here are racist. Point blank, period.
Well,
And they
Reggie,
just,
They
I would
don't
have
like us
expected
out there.
that from me, but not from you.
They
I
out
thought
there,
you
bro. They don't like
I
us.
thought you would have sugarcoated a little better than that, Reggie.
Hell no.
no, no,
What's up?
no, no. Especially not when I was at A&M, late 90s, early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
When we got invited, number one, I got jumped my freshman year. Me and my friends got jumped, and they tried to kick us out of school.
Mm,
Well, we know your daddy wasn't having that.
Right. But the
Your
problem
daddy wasn't
was
having that.
we got jumped. However, they jumped the wrong crew. Because you had guys from Oak Cliff and the Fofo in New Orleans.
Mm.
So they picked the wrong group of black guys to jump. They outnumbered us, but they got their butt whooped.
tell them we all don't look. We all may look alike, but we all ain't alike.
That's
Right.
right.
And the thing that saved us was the gas station owner, because we would go to his gas station every Friday. He was like, these guys are mannerable, they're respectful, they come in here, yes, sir, no, sir. They get their little snacks and they leave. Every Friday night they come through here. Them guys jumped them. And he had it on tape. So I can understand where people don't want to go to a PWI, but I told them y'all are racist. And there's nothing that you're doing to fully address it. You have these activities and stuff like this where it's publicized, but actual true effort, there's no effort to weed it out, because look at how many Confederate flags you still have flying around this campus.
And
Look,
to piggyback off of that, um, when I actually got to Texas State, the diversity and inclusion that they was just preaching about, it wasn't fully there. Um, I remember one day waking up in my dorm room, and I remember one of my friends that was from Dallas with me called me, and she was like, "You don't got class today, do you?" And I said, "Yeah, I do, but it's on the west side of campus," and it was like on the further back side of campus. And she was like, "Whatever you do, if you can, don't go towards the center of campus. Don't go to main campus, because apparently there were white supremacists coming to march on our campus." And so that particular day, I didn't even go to class. I was like, oh, well, if they on the main side, then they might trickle down back here, and I ain't got time for that. And a person that I knew I had class with, he was very active in um, campus life or whatnot. He was also in Greek life. Um, walking in what I don't know. Every college has like this main walkway.
Hmm.
Like okay, y'all get what I'm saying.
Like the
So
quad. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So he's walking in that area. White person's coming, just spitting at him, yelling at him as he's walking, and of course he's not letting it go. And so they're going back and forth. And what ended up happening was that black student was sent to jail, whereas that white person that was, being very rude and disgusting was just escorted off campus after he continued to raise havoc and make more issues with the other students. There was people who was literally, I remember waking up and there was a card outside of my door and it said, "We're the real boys in the hood." And it had the KKK, uh, white hood on and stuff like that. And I remember that day too. I sent pictures to my mama and my daddy, and I said, "Oh no, baby, I'm staying in my room today because y'all
Then
too close to my door."
right. And Sanaya, what year did that happen?
I graduated in 2018, my freshman year. It was my second year, 2019.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, and then this is where when people say racism doesn't
Three
exist,
3 years ago.
hmm 3 years
19.
ago.
Mm,
So
mm.
this is so my
I'm
incident
sorry you
happened
had to go through that. And
absolutely. My
Absolutely.
incident happened in 20 in two. I'm sorry, in 19 in the fall of 1997. Her incident,
okay.
this young lady's incident, happened in you know 3 years ago in 2019. But
20.
racism doesn't exist.
Well, okay, so Reggie, Q, you probably don't know this because you weren't paying attention, but Reggie is writing a letter, a recommendation for one of my students who is a first generation to go to college, and he's a real good guy, and I think, and he's helping him get an A&M. But let me tell you what I told my students, the one who's got calls back from Harvard, Hollins, Bryn Mawr. I said they're going to tell you that you don't belong there, and I'm getting them all T-shirts with "My superpower is my legacy didn't get me in. I deserve to be here." I said, these people are going to throw at you all the time. You don't deserve to be here. You're not here. You're not worthy. And what I need
Hmm.
you to do and understand is that they are not as smart as you. They got in because their grandfather gave them money. Their father gave them money. They use the academic support services at the colleges and universities to get the tests that they previously had. They belong to Greek
Hmm.
life to get the tests, and because they're cool with the GAs, the graduate assistants, or the TAs, the teacher assistants. This is how they're going to do. I tell all my students, the first thing you do is get in a really good study group with a good mixture of Southeast Asians and Asians. And I have to get on the map, and I'm like telling them where the Southeast Asians are. Your study group will make or break you. If you
Mhm.
make piss poor grades, nobody
That's
wants you
right.
to be in their study group. But these are the things you got to tell your people.
Hmm.
And when these incidents do occur, I tell them to take pictures and post it on social media. So you have the proof, but moreover, so you can document whenever they want to pop off, whenever the administration wants to pop off at the mouth, and moreover, when you're writing a letter or you're making a stance, you always copy, you always CC the major organizations or the major companies that are backing them and said, "Oh,
Right.
this happened at your school." But I gave them a whole list, and I'm telling them I'm getting them the t-shirts. Depending on, we're waiting on letters from Hollins. Harvard's called two of the students already because they call them first and say, for the graduates like you, Reggie, and they want to speak to them first. And
Right.
then, but I tell them they're gonna tell them you don't belong here, and you say you were here first. We get the, and I tell them it's good, and you
Yeah.
say, one girl I said, if they have a problem with you being there, tell them to call me. Or you call me and let me talk to them.
And
Trust. They don't want that.
and one thing I will say, Sanaya, is that your story just like everyone else that has experienced it, as you go on and evolve and you get in your career and things like that, please make sure you keep a touch with the younger generation coming through
Mhm.
your school. Being
Right.
an alum
That's what it does. It's
is
important.
a it
Empowering.
is
Yeah.
a huge important thing, and just like the young student for Mo, while the the application has not been placed, their
Right.
name is in a couple of ears already.
Already. Already.
So,
Mm-hmm.
And that's
and this
important.
is just from me going
Yes.
down,
To
doing
dig
and
deep.
interacting with the current students, former students, some of the
Yes.
current you know, officials at the school, and they were asking me, and I had the same conversation. Now, this is a young minority student that's coming in. Now, why should I recommend this school? As I'm an alum, what's going to make me feel comfortable telling this young student to attend this school? What programs do you have to make them feel more comfortable? Because I can speak
That's
to my experience,
Right.
but
right.
how can I recommend this school if I don't know that this school has made progression
Right.
to make it
Right.
a more
Mm-hmm.
You.
comfortable environment? And then this is where your status as an alum comes in,
Mm-hmm.
because you make connections not only in your personal life but your professional life. And when you can name drop to these school executives who you know,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
they
you.
they look at you and like, oh, you know such and such, you know such and such. And what really messes them up is when I drop my aunt's name, who works at NASA, and she's been coming there for over 30 years. Then they look like, oh, yeah, I need
She
more
comes there to
done.
recruit.
He comes
Yeah,
there to
that's right.
recruit, and they
That's right.
have a research facility there. Now,
See?
I
See?
I'm like you and Sanaya. Did your parents attend college?
They attended, they did not complete, but
Okay.
they
That's
both
still
completed this year though.
but see this
Woohoo!
Amen. There's
yeah.
not there's not
Absolutely.
a time limit. They completed
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
task. They
Yeah,
completed the task.
they came home to take care of little old me. And then
Yeah.
after I graduated in December 2020, both my mom and my dad graduated in May 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
And
what's up.
that's
Oprah
what.
wasn't Oprah was 40 when 41 when she got her degree.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
It don't.
okay. It's just
And
start and stop. No one ever says how long it took you. They just said, did you get it?
Did you get
yeah.
it?
That's
Right.
right.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
All
it
that
don't
matters.
matter.
Hmm.
But yeah, that what Reggie is saying is so powerful because as an alum, and you know what, you don't as an alum, it's so important that you pick up the phone
Mm-hmm.
and people answer the phone. See, when we call Q, he don't answer because he doing
That's
something
right.
stupid. And
That's right.
Reggie, and then when you call Reggie, his answer machine answers and it transcribes, and then he responds because he's a businessman. He's all about business, take care of business. But it's important as an alum you do that. You it's just like when you buy your first house, become come become a member of the homeowner association,
Say it,
so you
Mo.
can tell them. So you can tell them, no, I want the purple plants, not the pink plants.
Tell them,
Mm-hmm.
Mo.
If you with the first condo you get on the condo board, so you can say, no, I don't want them people, I want that people.
Yeah.
No, I don't want that janitorial service, I want this janitorial service. It's important, like Reggie said. See, Reggie always dropping knowledge, whereas Q is just ringing a bell. Bless his heart.
That's right. I rings the bell, Mo. That's what I do.
And
I rings the
and
bell.
and
That's his
and
job. Ring the-
tonight I will tell you this as well. You may not ever see the impact that you have, but always remember this,
Yes.
young lady. Remember this: if you reach out and touch one person, just one, you reach out and you help just one person, you will be amazed at the impact it has. And I'm not asking you to go out and say, hey, I'm gonna help. No, I'm asking you to help one person. Because what was always required of me was that don't try and pay me back. Don't try and do something for me. No, you
Right.
help the next person
Right.
along.
Right.
And what happened in College Station is a sad thing. What happened to you is a sad thing. However, it also will prepare you for the real world. And
Yes.
I know I love my HBCUs. Please don't get it twisted. I
Oh,
love my
yes, he does.
HBCUs. However, I will say that depending on your profession, sometimes it's
Mm-hmm.
better to go to a PWI.
And I
Mm-hmm.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree
Yeah.
because if I didn't, and that's just two encounters. I mean, out of I don't even know how many since I was there. And then you also had people off campus, you know, when you go into your grocery stores and things like that, making comments and doing things. And I feel like had I not experienced those things, then I wouldn't have been able to point it out when it happened to me in other settings. For example, I kind of dealt with a little racism in an internship that I had. And that was really tough for me because not only was that my first full time job, but that was also the first time that it was directed towards me
Mm-hmm.
personally. And because I had experienced just a little bit of that throughout my day to day practice, or not practice, but day to day at college and
Mm-hmm.
on campus, I kind of was able to. It didn't affect me as much, or it didn't like hurt my feelings as much because I was
Right.
already like used to it.
Right.
Um, but I did. I caught on to it
Hmm.
immediately, and
And
Absolutely.
that's the perfect part because you can spot it, and
mhm,
then you can acknowledge it, and then you can make certain that they know that you
yeah.
know,
Hmm.
Right.
And I probably
and then
Right.
wasn't exposed
right,
to that being surrounded by my
right,
beautiful black people
that's right,
24/7, working with my black people 24/7. Then
right,
when I get out there, I'll be like, no, what the heck is this? Who she think
yeah,
she's talking to? Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. It would have been a little thing, and then I love the way I know that every time you encounter some questionable actions on the fact coworkers, managers, direct reports, or whatever. I love the way that you're going to make a note of it and send an email to HR. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Listen,
So,
everybody. Mo,
Why are you still talking?
Hendrix, thank y'all so much for showing up to the show today.
It's
I hadn't
over.
heard from y'all.
It's
It's almost
over.
it's almost over, Mo. Miss Franklin, Miss Anaya
Yeah.
Franklin,
You got to
thank you
come
so
back.
much.
You
Thank
got
you
to
so
come back.
much for stopping by with us. We appreciate you coming by. Thank you so much.
Thank
You
you.
gonna come back and see us?
Yes, I would
You
love
got
to
to
come
come
back and
back.
talk to y'all.
You
Yes.
got to come back.
mhm.
Y'all,
Yeah.
y'all remind me a little bit of my mom and my dad because it was funny. I feel like I'm at home. You see, I'm feeling back here.
See,
Her and I always argue. Where you at? We
he
argue
don't even
like
know
that
how to
sometimes.
point. Bless his heart. He's a special one.
So
Nah,
so
I feel
well,
you, sweetie, because I feel like the child and I just stay quiet when they get into it.
You know,
He
I stay in
does.
the child's
Poor
place.
Hendrix. And he's the most intelligent. And I know he's like, Lord, my IQ's gone down 7 or 8 points dealing with them two.
but you know what, Mo? Now, Mo, because you are the educator of the bunch, it's time for our words of encouragement. So I'm gonna allow Miss Anaya to give a couple of words, and then Mo, I want you to finish this out. But before that happens, everybody do us a favor. Don't forget the MTG Rewind is tonight at midnight. Catch us on next week for Happy Hour with Hendrix on Wednesday night, and then again Saturday for MTG Live at 9:30 a.m. Again, Miss Anaya, thank you so much for joining us. For those of you watching and listening to us all over the world, we love you. We appreciate you and all that good stuff. So I've given all my words real quick. Miss Anaya, go ahead and give you a couple of encouraging words that you may have. Mo's going to finish us out, and we're going to beat you guys a great Saturday. So go ahead.
who exactly am I encouraging real quick?
Yeah.
Who? Well, okay.
Yeah, you go first.
You know
You,
what,
yeah.
Q?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Let's not put the young lady out there.
That's
I'll
Oh,
right.
go first. I'll go first to show
Okay.
her how it's done,
Thank you.
and then we'll give her a little guidance as we should as her elders. Let's give her a
so
little guidance.
so you got about 30 seconds. Go.
Okay. Never forget where you came from. It does not define you. It only determines your journey.
I
Very
like
well
that.
said.
I like that.
My go?
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mine will literally just be what doesn't kill you make you stronger. Um, things was going to hurt you, but they can also only build you up and prepare you for the next thing that's coming.
That's
There
See,
you
what's
go.
that's
up.
powerful.
See,
That's
see,
what's
And
all
last
up.
she
but
needed
not
was a little
least,
guidance. All she needed
see,
was a little guidance. That's all.
Yeah.
and last but not least, Master Gas fans, thank you so very much for joining us. And remember this. Don't you let them people tell you you don't belong there. The reason you belong there is because you standing there. That's all I got to say. And you have up, and y'all have a wonderful day.
Y'all have a good one. Peace.